Hello there, my friends. It is hump day. Yes, it is. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. And I'm fortunate. I really don't feel so much, I don't feel the feelings of a hump day, but I had an interesting encounter today. And so that encounter led me to my topic for this evening. And that topic is all about people pleasing. Oh, yeah. Listen, this is not new to us, right? It's not new to us. We know that oftentimes, if we can track the things and the choices that we have done in life, it is due to people pleasing. And interestingly, at the end of the day, seldom would you make anyone happy. But you can guarantee that the majority of the time, you've made yourself very much unhappy. And so this is a destiny stealer. This can lead to so many trouble in our lives. It keeps us from going after the things that we want. It keeps us sometimes from getting up in the morning, from, not wanting to go to a job. People pleasing stinks. And so, if you remember nothing else from this conversation, just know that at the end of the day, when mistakes are made, when you sit back and you think, well, should I have done that or not? Or, how do I really feel about my choices? You need to know that those choices were yours and that you weren't doing it to please anyone, to make them like you. I had I almost a wonderful experience, but rather a wonderful example of this. And so, as you can see, your girl is rocking a new haircut. I've spent most of my life having perms and shoulder length hair, and I think this is the third time I've cut my hair, and the times that I went back to the perm is because once my hair would start, getting length to it, it would be difficult for me to comb. And, in the morning you gotta go, right? And I've chickened out all of those times and went right back to perms. Now, at this stage of my life, I've come to realize that it's important for me to be authentically me, to appreciate my natural do, and just learn how to care for it. And so far, I'm really liking this style. Maybe I'm considering going shorter. I don't know. Maybe, but basically, what I want to do is to keep experimenting and appreciating who I am. So yes, I've had the braids. I've had uh, perms, and I've not had my natural hair for the most part of my life. And so this is it. This is me. But it is a tricky thing because I am learning how to care for it, and all the different things about it. But believe it or not, I had an encounter with a coworker today who, as someone recently uh, put on to me this word, and I've started using it a lot. But filter. Sometimes we come across individuals who've got little to no filter, and we don't know what to say when and how to uplift and whatnot. And sometimes, depending on the situation, we really can't blame individuals, because as a black woman, when we present ourselves to individuals in one way, and this could happen in any situation. It could be the way we carry ourselves, the way we speak, the things we do, the things, our hobbies, whatever it is that we present to the world. That's how they know us. And so anything else is difficult for them to accept. And the world is such that some of us don't know that it's none of their business. And so I had this person commented about my hair, and she says, "Oh, Aisha, you look different." And I said, "Yeah, I'm you know trying something new." And she says, "Yeah, you cut your hair." And she proceeded to let me know that because my face was round, she thought that having longer hair was better. And so she said it out loud, and so I responded back loud that others can hear. But I basically, not verbatim in my what I said, but basically in essence, I, let her know, I said, "Oh, you don't like the way my face looks with my hair?" And she said, "Well, I like it better when your hair is long." This is the same reason why even some of our black brothers talk about, wanting only to date sisters or women with long hair. We've been fortunate that we can do so many things with our hair. But black women, true black women, we don't have, most of us, unless we are mixed with another, ethnicity, we don't have long flowy hair. If we're fortunate, like myself, when it's permed, I've had shoulder length hair. But aside from that, we have the opportunity to wear wigs and to perm our hair and braid our hair and do so many things to our hair. Um, and believe it or not, there are people around the world who are, doing all that they can to get the texture of our hair, including Japan. Go figure. And so, we in a way have no one to blame, because the way in which we present ourselves, this is how individuals know us. And so it's up to us to have people take us or leave us, and we have to let them know that this is how we are, right? And so we teach people how we would like to be treated, or who we are. And so in a way, my eyes were opened, and more I'm realizing that we really don't have anyone to blame, because we show them, the world, that, "Oh yeah, my hair is long down to my ankle and to my behind." And because for myself, when I would braid my hair, to me it's go big or go home. So I always would have my braids down, just above, at my waist, length, and loving it and rocking it well. But at the end of the day, that's something that I would add on. And we pay for that, right? We pay for that in money, we pay for it in time, because it takes hours to get it done. And not only that, now they're finding out more and more that depending on the brand of hair, some of us women are paying for it with our health. So, ladies, if you, like myself, have not had many years of experience caring for your own natural crowning glory, be bold and be brave and be scared and be adventurous and figure out a little bit more about it, and teach people to appreciate you for it, because it's all you. And there are many, many men who love women with their natural hair. I've had the privilege of knowing some wonderful men and a few not so wonderful men, and they've liked me with my braids, my uh, perm, and now they get the privilege to love me with my natural cut. And if they don't, they can keep on stepping. But I know that a number of men love ladies with their natural hair. But more than anything else, ladies, it's important for us to remember and to realize that we need to be the ones to love ourselves first, to accept ourselves for who we are before we can expect others to do likewise. So, like that coworker, you know, I guess because she's seen me, like for the past year, I literally would take the braids out, put it back, take the braids out, put it back because I wanted to grow my hair out of the perm. And so now that it is all natural, and she sees that, that I've cut it and I'm not perming it or anything, she made that comment. So as rude or inappropriate, you know, as it, was, she will have to get used to it as everybody else, because this sister loves her haircut. And yes, I'm still being adventurous. I'm still trying it out, but you know what? I might do a little tweak here, a little tweak there, but I love it. And you have no choice but to love it. Love me or leave me. But this is me. I think it's so important that we appreciate ourselves and for all that we are. Living our lives to please individuals because they like to see us in a certain light, a certain way. How miserable is that? How miserable is that? So, I don't know. My only advice to any one of you out there, it could be, listen, many of us we're lacking the skill of communication, of uplifting one another and even our own sisters. If you put on some weight, they say you're too fat or you're gaining weight. Or what's that? What's going on there? They would say, pointing to your stomach. Or if you lose weight, they say, oh, you're too skinny. We are our worst enemies, sisters. And I know, as many of you probably are aware, that oftentimes, as I've learned so far, men love us just the way we are. Like Taurus Riley said, just the way you are, girl. Just the way you are. Ah, yes, Taurus Riley. Go check it out. Just the way you are. Wake up with no makeup, we not break up. Just the way you are. If there are men out there who prefer ladies that are skinny, some with that are curvaceous, some with braids, some without. There's a Listen, as the Jamaicans say, every hoe's got its stick a bush. Like the Guyanese say, every pot's got its lid. And North America, perhaps, there's someone for everyone, right? So listen, love and appreciate who you are. You want to cut your hair, you want to grow it out, you want to add to it, but it starts with us. For us to appreciate who we are in spite of what someone else, let that person go and figure out themselves what they like or don't like about themselves. And their opinion of you is none of your business. None of your business. You just go on being you. And so, listen, if you're liking my hair, let me know. And if you don't, that's okay as well. But what do you think of ladies appreciating, black ladies appreciating their natural hair? Let me know what you think. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep on rocking me. And if you've got some tips and ideas on how, if you're a fellow African American girl and lady, I don't know, still see myself as a girl, but I am very much so a lady, a grown lady at that. So if you've got any tips and ideas on how to take care of your hair, let me know. And listen, don't let anyone take your sunshine. But people pleasing is for the dogs. Do not seek to please anyone except our Heavenly Father and ourselves. Okay? And then everyone else will fall in line because we teach people how we would like to be treated. And if you're accepting anything less, you have no one to blame. Take care.